So welcome to the second hour of the deep dive. And we call this the exchange. Playing you the music of Sharon Manyonga Nise Cherai with a track titled Huya. That one is played as a special dedication and request to a very, very special guest that we have in the studio right now. A guest that we're going to be talking about the role of youth in economic development and governance. So as we approach Youth Day this Saturday, the 21st of February, the spotlight once again attends to young people and the role they play in shaping the future of our nation. And now young people are not only leaders of tomorrow, but active contributors to today's economic growth, governance and social transformation. However, many youths continue to face challenges such as unemployment, limited opportunities, and a growing concern of drug and substance abuse. Tonight, we take time to reflect on the importance of empowering young people, strengthening youth participation in decision-making, and exploring practical solutions that support development. To help us this evening, to unpack these critical issues and discuss what Youth Day means for young Zimbabweans, I am joined in the studio by Honorable Deputy Minister Kudakwashe Mupamhanga. Honorable Deputy Minister, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming through to Capital 100.4 FM, Harare's Heartbeat, and taking time to share this platform with us, and also to embrace this opportunity and share a few more things about the day that we're looking forward to, which is the 21st of February. But first, before we get into that, I thought it was critical for you to shed a bit of light to us regarding the role of your ministry in government. This is the Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Development, and Vocational Training. Yes, I got that right now.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes.
Well, essentially, in government, there are two youth ministries.
All right.
I say that because we have the Ministry of Arts and Recreation,
right,
which is largely dominated by young people. Mm-hmm. And then we have Youth Empowerment, Development, and Vocational Training,
okay,
whereby we are more specialized towards economic empowerment, but not limited to that. We also do take an interest in young people within the creative industry as well,
right,
as our sister ministry. And our role is basically to put young people at the center stage for economic development through NDS2 and the National Youth Empowerment Strategy. We aim to harness the demographic dividend in order to achieve Vision 2030, which is that of an upper middle income economy by the year 2030. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. But youth unemployment remains a concern for many young people. People not going to work. What practical programs or opportunities is the government currently implementing to support youth employment?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think we are the main ministry that focuses on the youth, but in terms of programming from government, it's the whole of government that looks to the youth. When it comes to our ministry, we have three main areas that we focus on. The first being to impart skills, vocational skills to young people, which is artisanal skills. Mm-hmm. That is your kanotmabase maoko. That is your metalwork, bricklaying, plumbing, being electricians, and we've also recently introduced digital skills. The other focus would be on youth service in Zimbabwe, formerly known as National Youth Service, where we seek to orientate young people, teach them civic responsibility, patriotism, community pride, as well as to also impart skills to them, with the aim of them being the first preference to be absorbed by the civil service.
All right.
And then lastly, we look at those amongst the youth population who have a creative spirit in terms of being entrepreneurs, bringing in new ideas.
Right.
And that's where we work with Empower Bank and provide small loans to young people who are starting out. Then it branches out into the rest of government, which where we would find things like the National Venture Capital Fund, which is superintended by the Ministry of Finance. It's not a youth fund,
Right.
but the majority of people who have been accessing that fund are young people. As well as according to NDS 1 and NDS 2, every government department, ministry and agency is mandated to create pathways for young people to enter that sector, be it tourism, agriculture, mining, you name it. So the whole of government is basically focused on bringing up young people.
So when we bring this information to people, how best can they take advantages of these things that government has put in place to cater and make sure that the youth are absorbed into the system and the opportunities that have been created?
Yeah. So for us as a ministry, we have officers in every province. They will be located at the provincial offices where the Minister of State is. We also have officers in every district.
All right.
These are district development officers. The deputy directors are at the provincial level.
Okay.
Furthermore, in central government, we have youth focal desks. So in every ministry, we have somebody who is supposed to be there being concerned about youth matters, be it in mining, agriculture, as I alluded to before.
Mm-hmm.
Furthermore to that, youth focal desks are also devolved into provinces and districts.
All right.
And then ourselves as a ministry at the head office, our doors are open to interact with young people. Okay. Having said that, I think also we need to, as a ministry, upon self-reflection, we need to up the pace and up the aggression in terms of disseminating the appropriate information out there to young people. When we are traveling around the country, we are also finding that a lot of young people, even if they have bright ideas or they are looking for help, they are not even aware of some of the programs. So on our part, we hold the responsibility of sharing that information with young people.
A very critical point that you bring there, the dissemination of information and creating awareness, which brings me to my next line of thought that I thought could pose to you. How is the ministry then encouraging young people to actively participate in governance and leadership? Because young people are often saying that they want to be a part of decision making. They are not just beneficiaries. What platforms exist for youth voices to influence policy making nowadays?
Well, I think it started off with His Excellency the President, Dr. Edim Nangagwa, at the last election, where he basically opened up those who wanted to participate, at least within the ZANU-PF party. There was no restrictions on that. So what that did, naturally, it made Parliament much younger.
Okay.
A lot of young MPs got into Parliament, and then he didn't just stop there. He then appointed a lot of young ministers.
All right.
I'm not a youth anymore. Maybe a youth is now, but he's still youngish. But there are ministers, cabinet ministers, younger than myself. So that is in the political sphere.
All right.
And he also drives youth empowerment agenda very strongly within the ruling party.
All right.
And also in government, we as a ministry, legislatively, what we are doing is pushing towards presenting the youth bill at Parliament. Because it's one thing to say we want young people in positions, we want young people to have opportunities, but we've gone a step further. We want it to come as an act of Parliament,
right,
to mandate people to provide young people these opportunities. So we expect the youth bill to go to Parliament and to be debated by Parliament, which will then bring in the quota system,
right,
whether it's land, whether it's access, whether it's people who are selected for boards, just like the 20% quota that women enjoy, as well as the war veterans we also expect to see in the not so distant future young people also being in that, to ensure that we have enough young people go into decision-making roles. And then the other thing is that we collaborate a lot with non-state actors or private voluntary organizations. Right. And we also exchange ideas, and we see that a lot of young people are being pushed up their systems. And it's also a place that we as government learn from in order to introduce it to our own systems.
Just off the cuff there, I would like to find out that when we talk about the youth, is there a specific age range that we are talking about? Because I think you know where I'm going with this. We've seen some white bearded gentlemen like myself qualifying as youth.
I thought you were talking about me.
No.
But it's for us as a country, youth, we are taking into consideration between the ages of 15 and 35.
15 and 35.
Yes.
That disqualifies me.
Yes.
But looking at that age range now, 15 to 35, there is a scourge that is, I can say, harming our economy, harming society. And this scourge is the issue of drug and substance abuse among the youth. And this has become a very growing concern. Yeah. Now, Deputy Minister, if you could maybe allude to what strategies are currently in place to address this issue of drug and substance abuse amongst the youth.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. Drug and substance abuse is a major challenge for our country and for our society. And as such, the government has introduced the Drug and Substance Abuse Committee, which is led by the Honourable Minister of Defence, Honourable Kudakwashe, deputized by the Honourable Minister of Home Affairs, Honourable Kazembe. We are also within that committee, and the pillars of the committee look at various sections. For example, the security sector would be looking at border control and how to limit the inflow of drugs. Right. While the police were looking at arresting drugs, while justice will look at people serving heavier sentences for possessing drugs. But when it comes to our ministry, we fall under the demand reduction pillar.
Okay.
And that mandates us to aggressively pursue activities that engage young people so that they choose to take part in the activities that we introduce rather than go into drugs. And in that particular pillar, we are joined again by the Ministry of Sport, whereby we look at economic empowerment programs. We look at getting young people into sport, getting young people into arts and culture, creative industries, as a means to provide an option, an alternative option to that of drugs and substance abuse. But having said that, the issue of drug and substance abuse does not fall on government alone. All right. It requires us as a society and as a people to really shun it and really come together. I don't think there are very few families now in Zimbabwe that are spared from this problem. Or we know somebody who has this problem. And it's about coming together, whether it is government, private sector, church organizations. We really need to pull together to help young people. Further to that, there is that school of thought that says that drug and substance abuse is because young people don't have anything to do. And then sometimes the studies show different because, earlier in the program we talked about youth unemployment being high. Unemployment has been high in Zimbabwe for over 2 decades, ever since the beginning of illegal sanctions. But the scourge of drug and substance abuse is barely 10 years old. So it is really important that those that are studying the phenomenon of drug and substance abuse really look into exactly what is causing people. Some studies are showing that, fractured societies, fractured families, abuse, this is leading to drug and substance abuse. So it now then means that doing economic empowerment programs alone won't work. We also need awareness campaigns. We also need to strengthen family units. We also need to strengthen or go back to our culture, which allows strong families and less likely for people to want to take drugs.
So, in line with that, would there be any rehabilitation or prevention programs? I understand you said you were working with the Ministry of Sport as well as other ministries. Are there any rehabilitation or prevention programs specifically targeting young people?
Yeah, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, they conduct awareness campaigns within schools and within communities. Ministry of Health is responsible for creating rehabilitation centers, which they have been establishing countrywide with the aim of having rehabilitation centers in every district. In terms of that, I think in terms of prevention, it falls partly to us on demand reduction programs, and partly to education, people being made aware, so that young people don't get peer pressured into drug and substance abuse, or obviously the Ministry of Labour and Social Welfare strengthening families so that when young people are facing challenges at home, they don't resort to drugs.
Wonderful. If you're just joining us, welcome to it. This is The Exchange here on Capital 100.4 FM. Harari's Heartbeat, and I'm joined in the studio this evening by the Deputy Minister, Honorable Deputy Minister Kudakwashe Mupamhanga, Deputy Minister of Youth Empowerment, Development and Vocational Training, where we are sharing some of the things that they are working on as a ministry to reduce drug and substance abuse, some of the programs that they're working hand in hand with other ministries to promote opportunities for youth in the country. And when we come back after this commercial break, we're going to be looking at the Youth Day, February 2021. Celebrations are going to be happening in Marondera this year, and we're going to take a look at the theme that we're also running with this year.
Close out the month of love with a fun-filled day celebrating love and relationships at Skyline Resort on Saturday, 28 February 2026, starting at 12 p.m. Enjoy seminars with inspiring guest speakers, delicious teas and lunch, and groovy tunes by Alexio Kawada and Cabin Talk 100.4 FM DJs. Whether you're flying solo or with your squad, come vibe with us. Accommodation available at an extra cost. For registration and sponsorship, contact Trudy on 0776 985 585. From 1891 to today, the headlines that told Zimbabwe's story are now at your fingertips. Explore over a century of history with Zim Paper's digital archives. Photos, stories, and milestones just a click away. Subscribe now on archive.zimpapers.co.zw. If you want more information on how to access the material, call on 0712-349-041 or 0773-026-189 or 0775-484-043. Zim Papers Digital Archives. Unlock the past, preserve the future.
Businesses open, decisions are made, documents must arrive, and every day Zim Papers is already on the road, delivering the news without fail. Now we are delivering your documents and parcels too with Zim Papers Courier. Send and receive parcels every day between Harare and Beru, Harare and Mutare, Harare and Chinoi, Harare and Bindura. Not once in a while, not when it's convenient, every single day. For more information, call or WhatsApp our national coordinator, Mr. Pedzi Sibanda, on 0719-263-905. I repeat, 0719-263-905. Zim Papers Courier, on the road every day.
Love feels like being whole, like knowing you belong, like music that finds you exactly where you are. This month of love, we lean into the joy, the warmth, and the quiet confidence that love brings.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I take it, dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I take it, enemies in front of God.
And now do check your time with mine. It's exactly 29 minutes to 8 a.m. on a Thursday, the 19th of February, 2026. And thank you so much for joining me on Capital 100.4 FM, Harare's Heartbeat. Now, if you're sending documents and parcels and you need them to move every day, listen to this. Zim Papers, the same company that delivers newspapers across Zimbabwe daily, now offers Zim Papers courier services. They move documents and parcels every day between Harare and Gweru, Harare and Mutare, Harare and Chinoi, and Harare and Bindura. Zim Papers courier is affordable, fast, reliable, and built on trusted newspaper distribution routes. For more information, you can call or WhatsApp our national coordinator, that's Pedzi Sibanda, on 0719-263-905. That number again, 0719-263-905. Zim Papers courier, on the road every day. And also join Capital FM live at Rudaka Stadium this Friday for the National Youth Half-Day Marathon. We are running against drug abuse with massive prizes up for grabs. Win up to $500 in the 21-kilometer and wheelchair categories, or $300 for the 10-kilometer race. Registration is free. Catch the action from 5 a.m. and stay for free medical outreach at 10 a.m. Marondera. Let's run for Vision 2030. Now, if you're just joining us, welcome to it. We are in the second hour of the exchange. No, the deep dive. The segment is the exchange. And I am with the Honorable Deputy Minister Kudakwashe Mupamhanga, Deputy Minister of Youth Empowerment, Development and Vocational Training. And now we want to take a look at a very, very big and a specific day that is coming up, which is February the 21st. Now, more than 30,000 youths are expected to converge at Igava Training Center in Marondera on Saturday for National Youth Day celebrations, youth empowerment, development, and vocational training. Minister Tino Machakera has also said. Now, I want to find out from you, Deputy Minister, why is this day, why is Youth Day important, and what message should young people take from this commemoration?
I think Youth Day, the history of Youth Day is that originally it was a celebration, a ZANU-PF celebration.
All right.
It was called the Robert Gabriel Mugabe National Youth Day, or 21st February movement,
indeed,
which celebrated the late former president's birthday, but it was to signify also how young people sacrificed their youth to go and liberate the country. So with the coming in of the Second Republic, His Excellency the President, with an objective of being inclusive of everyone, made it the National Youth Day.
all right,
So he did not exclude the ZANU-PF Youth League, but also included those who are not members of the party or anything like that. It's just young people who can be part of it, are allowed to be part of it. And the significance of the day is that we mark that day to celebrate the power of young people to bring about positive change within society and the country as a whole. Obviously, no one is expecting young people of the day to go into the bush and fight a war, but we need their brains. We still need their patriotism.
all right,
What we need is that militant spirit to build their country.
indeed.
And so that's why we celebrate it. It's also an opportunity for us as a ministry to showcase milestones that we have made for that calendar year since the last one.
Right.
And it gives us an opportunity to interact with young people directly. Because it's one thing to think, to plan and strategize as a ministry and to put plans in place, but it's another thing to hear from young people, to see if what you're doing is what they want, if it's having any impact, where we can improve. So it's a good opportunity for us to engage with young people directly. So our officers will be there, and they'll be interacting with a number of young people, just having conversations with them as the day progresses. And this will then culminate in a feedback mechanism for us as a ministry. Secondly, it also gives the opportunity to inform young people what we intend to do going forward.
Indeed, feedback being very key in that way you're planning to do this. And I know that we have been moving with the National Youth Day in a thematic form, and I believe this year we also have another theme. What is the essence of this year's celebrations?
This year's celebration theme is Youth Agenda for Transformation.
Youth Agenda for Transformation.
Yes.
Maybe you could expound on that and...
Well, what we're basically saying is that we're putting youth not only at the forefront, but at the center of Zimbabwe's development.
All right.
It's based on being a very young population in Zimbabwe and the whole of Africa, and recognizing that that is the key to economic growth and success. And it is upon us as the government to do our best to harness that potential that young people have, that youth that they have, to bring in new ideas and to bring real solutions to real people's challenges.
Indeed. We're putting the youth at the center and also using these celebrations as a feedback mechanism of what government's plans and implementation going on the ground. Is it achieving the desired results? But how can youth also then move beyond celebrating, giving feedback and being a central cog in the development of the country, and actually then create real opportunities and have impact for young people from this Youth Day?
I think on the day itself, the first part of the day will include a jobs fair where all government ministries will be there and present to young people what they have on offer. I know that a number of ministries have pledged that they will actually recruit and hire young people on the day. Those that have vacancies right now. We also want to make things much easier for young people. Public Service Commission registration on that. Youth Service in Zimbabwe registration. So it is a day where young people come not only to say what is on their mind, but also to listen to what is available for them, and to see how they can take that going forward, as well as for us as well to move on from what we learned on that day.
Over 30,000 youths are... that is not a small number. That is not a small number. And President, His Excellency President Mnangagwa will preside over commemorations to be held under that Youth Agenda transformation. But if you had a message, if you had a message for the young people that are listening right now, we are bringing this information to them, or even the elderly that we are sharing that are listening through right now are receiving this information. If you had one message for young Zimbabweans listening right now about their future and their role in national development, what would it be?
I would say that the time is now. I know it sounds a bit cliche, but I really do mean that the time is now. I don't think government was so accessible in the recent past as it is now. I would encourage young people to approach our offices, whether here in Harare, where the actual head office of the ministry is, or wherever they are. And the people we have out there, our officers out there, it is their duty to help young people. It is their duty to provide information and opportunities that young people have. I think that His Excellency the President has time and time again said that our growth will depend on the youth of Zimbabwe. And if you find a head of state saying that, it tells you that the whole government is for the youth. 67% of Zimbabwe is young people. It means that the whole government is for the youth. Whether you are in the Ministry of Youth itself or lands, it's land for the youth. It's mining for the youth. It's the youth who are dominating all of that. So it's an opportunity for youth to get involved. And I would say that for young people, the doors are open and the possibilities are endless. And we are here to serve you.
If they wanted more information, how and where do they get information about these opportunities and what your ministry is doing?
Yep, we have a website, we have a hotline We can also provide you for the ministry itself. We have provincial offices, district offices, even on social media handles for the ministry. Any means that young people have to communicate with us, we are there and we're available.
We have a hotline here for the Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Development and Vocational Training, and that number is 0712 177 113. That number again, 0712 177 113. Now, if you do have a question for the Honorable Deputy Minister Kudakwashe Mupamhanga, who is in the studio with us, you can catch us on our WhatsApp platform. That's +263 719 100 404. We'll be back straight after this.
Feel the vibe of Harare. Experience the pace of the nation's capital. Live on Capital 100.4 FM. Harare's heartbeat. Hashtag 9 and fly.
The music of James Chimombe with the track titled Kudakwashe, taking our time to exactly 15 minutes to 8 p.m. here on Capital 100.4 FM. Harare's heartbeat. And as I said before, I am in the studio with Deputy Minister of Youth Empowerment, Development and Vocational Training, Honorable Deputy Minister Kudakwashe Mupamhanga. And let me give you this opportunity just to encourage somebody who was tuned in or somebody who needed to know about the National Youth Day and what's going to be happening, an opportunity for you to share a word with them.
Yeah, thank you. I would say for young people out there, come in your numbers, come in your thousands and your hundreds of thousands to celebrate being young and being youthful in Zimbabwe. We are my youth. It's your day. There'll be a lot going on for you, a lot for you to see, a lot for you to partake in. And I hope we can share that experience together.
Wonderful. Maybe I just got in a question here that says, hello, Minister, what if I have I've got a child who passed his or her O-levels, but I don't have money for her to go ahead the next grade. Does the government help under the youth empowerment thing, and how?
I think the government does help. I think there is a fund under the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education, which is BEAM. And the thing that she needs to do is register her child on BEAM, and to get assistance on that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Honorable. I will not keep you waiting any longer. Thank you so much for everything that you have shared with us. I'm trusting that people will come through and converge in Marondera. You have disqualified me as a youth, but I think I'll be present. I'll be present as a youthies. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, my brother. Don't worry. We'll have a corner of ourselves as youthies watching the youths. Yeah.
Wonderful.
9 straight years of non-stop radio action. 24/7, 365. Capital 100.4 FM. Harare's heartbeat. Hashtag 9 and fly.